Hello, all you beautiful people. Yeah, it's been one of those weeks. If you own a house, at some point you're going to want to do home improvement. I view this as a sort of rite of passage. You can't be a bartender unless you've broken at least 2 bottles. You can't be a parent unless you've been thrown up on. And you can't be a homeowner unless you've vowed vengeance on at least one contractor. But, I hear you ask, can it really be that bad? Allow me to share my views on home improvement with you. The first thing I do is I sit down with my wife and we have a very clear discussion on what we want to do, how we want it to look, and what we are willing to spend. Then we forget most of that because at least one of us is going to change their minds halfway through. Before I go any further, I make a vow that I will not get a family member or a friend to do the home improvement for me. Even if I'm paying them, it creates way too many strained relationships. My rule of thumb is, if I can't yell at you, I don't want you doing the job. This is of course easier said than done. Next thing I do is I try and get a quote. I phone at least 10 people because contractors seem to have no interest in actually doing work, and I'll probably only end up with 3 quotes. Before looking at any quote, I try and mentally prepare myself. I try to imagine scenes of death, destruction, and absolute chaos. That way I'm in a good mental frame of mind to look at the quote. Once I've actually looked at it, I immediately double the time quoted. And also, just like licking your own eyeball, it is humanly impossible to correctly estimate the amount of material that you'll need, so I just add 50% to that as well. Now stop thinking about licking your eyeball. Something I've noticed, whenever I'm negotiating with a contractor, he'll end up telling me he has at least 3 wives and 17 children to feed, even if he hasn't actually seen a naked woman in the flesh. All contractors do this. It's genetic. I try to keep the final quote in writing with a good description of each thing that needs to be done, as well as a cost for each thing if I can get it. I am guaranteed to need this later. Now if you are in this position, and you are going ahead, I want you to remember one very important thing. Nothing tests a relationship like home improvement. So some humble advice, if I may. Before you start, I suggest that you and your loving partner find a time where you are alone in the house. You quietly go to the bedroom, and once you are there, punch each other in the face a few times. If you have any children, I suggest you buy some shock collars for them, because a gentle shock is much more humane than the alternative. Yeah, okay, not really. Don't go hitting your spouse. And for fuck's sake, don't put a shock collar on your kids. That's just rude. When the job starts, I warn any workers that are there that they should not mix concrete on the lawn, not trample the flower beds, not get any paint on the carpet, or any other relevant details I might think of. This will of course be completely ignored, but it makes my inevitable brain aneurysm far more justified. During this time, I generally have at least one before breakfast. When it comes to home improvement, my wife and I like to make sure that there's a good division of labor between us. For example, my job is to supervise the workers, get the material, and do the planning. Since I'm useless at admin, my wife takes care of the quote and money matters. I would do most of the discussions with people, but when they are being stubborn, especially about money, I reach for my secret weapon. In other words, I call my very beautiful, blonde, petite, German wife. If you don't understand why this is effective, go read up on what happened to France in 1940. She tends to be very patient, but firm in these matters. I have seen her bring grown men to tears through her sheer stubborn unwillingness to fall for any story that they give her. So, hopefully in the end, I haven't been arrested, no lawyers are involved, and I don't need to look up the nearest AA meeting venue. And who knows, might have all been worth it. Well guys, that's my take on home improvement. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments below what your experiences with contractors have been. Have a good one. Cheers. Since I'm useless at admin, my wife's job is... Shit, it's on fire! Oh, fuck! Stupid mot. Oké, kom eens op dit gebeur nie. Waar was ek?